Hi, my name is Bob Sly. My company is Northwest Soil Stabilization. Today we're going to go through a demonstration of installation of a hollow bar micropile system. Our test site is located in Polk County, West Salem, Oregon, and the bridge was recently constructed at this site using conventional drilled pier methods. They ran into significant difficulties during the installation of the drilled piers. A hollow bar micropile installation is a much simpler process, also a much faster process, and develops similar capacities to the drill pier systems. So let's go ahead and take a look at the micropile installation video. Jared getting in the excavator and Jorge loading the first rod into the drill. We excavated a small hole there to keep the grout from running all over. Jorge's installing a 38mm Williams engineering bar. Bar screws in to the drill itself. Here I'm showing you a crosscut bit and a quick look, and in a moment you're going to see how this thing jets into the ground. And Jorge's screwing the bit onto the drill rod, and that's a 90mm crosscut bit. Jesus has a batch of grout mixed up. The grout enters the drill at the top of the rod, is forced out through the bottom of the rod through the jets, and you can see the cutting action that results with the jets. So there's 300 psi grout pump that's pushing the water in there up to about 30 gallons per minute maximum flow rate. We begin the jets before we insert the rod, and the rod goes in. You can see here we're moving relatively quickly through the superficial material, and as the drill comes into view you'll see just how quickly this goes down, but it's relatively fast and soft drilling at this point. Jared at the controls of the drill. We control a top hammer through airflow. We control the down pressure and the rotation rate of the drill, and obviously the feed pressures, that sort of thing. Process now of reloading. The first rod's in the ground. Jorge's climbing down. He's already installed couplers on the rod. He'll now screw the second rod coupler onto the first rod that was installed in the ground. Again, 38mm bar. This bar is good for an ultimate capacity of about 100,000, 110,000 pounds. Top of the rod screws back into the drill. Jesus mixing more of the grout for the drilling process. Grout dumps into the hopper here and is pumped through the L6 pump into the bottom of the drill. You can see the top hammer working now. It iced up, starts to ice up. We're using air over a hydraulic system, so the expanding air tends to cool the hammer down considerably, which gets some icing issues. And again, you can see the rods being pressed into the ground. Here's our audience for today's installation. We've got a few of the public works directors from the local counties here watching the installation process. Drill presses downward. We're getting close to the bottom of the hole at this point with a fair bit of resistance to the drill. Now we'll begin to cycle the drill string up and down to flush the hole and make sure the grouting is complete, and then once we're complete with the grouting, the drill simply lifts off, the clamp is pulled away, and the drill slide is lifted out of the hole. And for all intent and purposes, the micropile is complete. After the grout's allowed to set, a nut, a plate, and a second nut will be installed, and that will form the transition into the concrete footing. And that wraps up Micropile Installation 101. There's a close-up of that drill bit that we were using for the installation, a 90mm on a 38mm rod. It's a simple crosscut drill bit, a couple of jets in the sides for grouting and circulation of the fluids. Load test we went back and did 7 days after the installation, allowed the grout adequate time to cure, and the load test came back with capacity in tension of 106,000 pounds. The capacity of the Williams Form Engineering bar that was used to install the micropile was approximately 110,000 pounds. Effectively, at failure, we were elongating the bar, but we were not failing the contact between the grout and the ground, which is the geotechnical capacity of the micropile. Total time of installation for the micropile, approximately 35 minutes from start of installation to completion of the grouting. Total depth of installation for the micropile is about 40 feet, and we did that in 35 minutes. That's an excellent installation rate, especially considering that 17 feet of that installation was completed in dense gravels and rock. 106,000 pound capacity, 35 minutes. Pretty remarkable system. Thanks for listening. Come visit us at nwsoil.com.